wonderful viewers. Welcome back to another episode of the Political Hour Show here on Eco TV International, the People's Choice, where we invite politicians, youths and women to discuss about the issues in our country here. And today, our esteemed guest is Bakary Badjie NAM for Foni. We will talk to him shortly, but before that, you can kindly follow us on Facebook, TikTok and YouTube. Sponsors are also invited. You can call on the numbers on the screen to sponsor this program. I am your host, Rohit Ture. Assalamu alaikum, Honorable.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah to Eco TV. Thank you so very much for the invitation, and I am happy to be part of this political show for us to discuss on the way forward. As I always say, when we discuss, when we share ideas, then we will know how to develop our nation. Nation development is about critical thinking, coming up with solutions. And we can only attain those solutions when we are discussing, when we are sitting and talking about issues, and when we think critically to come up with solutions. So I'm happy to be part of this show.
I'm also glad to receive you today. Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. And we would like to know about your in and out right now in the political arena, because it's been a while since we last heard from you. So the audience, the people want to know how far you've gone with the politics, because now we are in the election season, the 2026.
Thank you so very much for the wonderful question. So far, on the 4th of January, I did launch my political party, which is UGF, United Gambian Front. And as we speak right now, we are halfway done with the setting of most of the executive, from the regional executive to the constituency executive. Now, we are yet to set the word executive, but we have set so many constituency executive and also the regional executive as we stand today. So we are moving forward. We are on the proper mobilization and also mobilizing resources and also mobilizing people and also trying to sensitize, to reorient the people that we, UGF, United Gambian Front, believe that the Gambia is not in the correct fittings, that we need a change and we need to change for better. So we are orienting the people, and we have many WhatsApp groups that we did open, and people are pouring into those WhatsApp groups in their numbers. And so far, we are properly grounded. We are growing faster than we ever imagined, to be very honest with you. And one of the most interesting things is during our party launching, the hall was, because it was one of the biggest hall in Brikama, yes, the people were full to capacity, and others were even outside. So we could not have a better place to launch our political party than that place, because we find Brikama to be the center. So most of the people wanted Penchami, but even if we were at Penchami, we can't fit there. So we were able to do it Brikama as, so that to mobilize the people will be simpler, so that people could also access the place. But come soon, we are planning something bigger. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little about that?
Yeah,
or is that a secret?
No, it's not a secret. We are planning a national rally, and the national rally that we are planning, we want to organize it at Buffer Zone, where we are expecting thousands and thousands of people to turn out. And our task as UGF is to fill Buffer Zone to capacity. And Eco TV, you should also you will be invited when the time comes, so that you can also come and participate. Because as I always say, it's our nation, and we are not leaving it for anybody. And as the young people, all of us collectively, we must come together and participate. This is not a time for us to be witness in the political arena, but this is a time for us to participate and decide the kind of nation that we want, and not sitting behind and people telling us how they want to govern us. But now we are in the scene, and we should be in the scene, and we should determine our fate as a nation, and we should determine our future as the young people, and we should also determine the future of our nation. That is a responsibility upon us, and that is an obligation on us.
Yeah, well, that's very important, obvious. But then if you go to social media, you see some of your posts and videos, many people will post, even if you don't post it, many people do post it. And under the comments, you will see a lot of positive comments there. Many people are cheering for you. So how do you feel about that? And will you live up to the people's expectation?
The only thing I have on earth is the Gambia. And another thing that I have is the people of the Gambia. Like, as I always say, the Gambian matters to me. And the Gambia is the only thing that I know. I have never been in any part of the world. There are politicians that will tell me, I was in this place, I work at this place, I work in this place. I will gladly tell you that I was here. I saw it happening. I saw, we went through it. We suffered here.
Yeah, you experienced
we
it.
experienced it. That is why it matters to me. When I see anybody in this country, whoever I see, is as a brother, as a sister, as an auntie, regardless of your location, regardless of your level of education, regardless of whether you are wealthy or not wealthy, that it matters to me. And I think I cherish Gambians more than they do cherish me, because I believe in my mind that the Gambia don't deserve this suffering, that we as Gambians, we don't deserve the kind of suffering that we go through. One of the things that I must highlight here, when for instance you go to the airport, when the semesters are coming, and you see the people going there to welcome their family members, you understand? Some of them are there to welcome their husband, some of them are there to welcome their wives. And it's very, very, very impressive. Now, in my imagination, if that guy is to come without money, how will the family feel? They will be very, very disappointed. And him, as the one who is coming, in fact, the semester that is coming, he will also be very, very, very sad that I could not live up to the expectation of the family. Now, imagine if we are able to have that money here in the Gambia. That will be great for us. Now, I normally tell people that me achieving and the Gambia not achieving is like I have not achieved anything on earth. I told people that it's not a matter of me building story buildings. That is not an achievement to me. It's not a matter of me driving luxurious vehicles. That's not an achievement to me. But if all of you are able to have that luxurious vehicle and everybody is able to have that story building, then we will be much happier. You see, people are bitter towards one another. People are very, very bitter because they have nothing. That is the only reason sometimes they are bitter towards each other. So when Gambians cherish me, I think I cherish Gambians more than they do for me, because since day before today, Gambians have always been there for me. They have given me things I never expected. They did things to me that I never expect, and that is absolutely great. I was nobody without the Gambians. And my mother, my father, and everybody, all my friends and all my relatives are all Gambians. So knowing those things, and they have lived with friends and families, that is absolutely great. And I can't have anything greater than the Gambia. And even when I travel outside, immediately I enter into the Gambia, I feel home.
You feel like you are home.
Yeah, I am home.
You said nothing feels like home.
And home is have no definition except home.
That's very nice. And also about your party, have you registered it yet or not?
No, I am not in a position to register it, and I also don't intend to register it.
Okay.
But what I want is to run as independent presidential candidate for 2026. And we are committed to the cause. And most of the people may not understand what running for independence is. But I can tell them that even the coalition 2016, their candidate who President Barrow, he runs as an independent for the 2016 elections. So we are running as independent. So we are actually not registering now. We are running as independent. UGF is running as an independent political movement that we are going on. And we did not even attempt to register. We did not even go ahead to register, because that was the intention from the onset, that we are not registering. Yes, we are running as independent.
And also, you know, there are other political parties that are calling on for coalition. And you said you are going to run as an independent candidate. So if they call upon you to join them, if your agendas align, will you go on with them or just continue on your independence?
You know, there are things that are very, very important. That the coalition is the call of the Gambian people. The Gambian people want a coalition today, and most of the people believe that without the coalition, we will not be able to bring down the incumbent, who is
that's what most people
NPP believe. Now, it's not you calling me and me coming and joining you. It's beyond that. And I have seen many political parties before setting off my own movement. And the reason as to why is because we are not just going for a coalition where you are telling me, Bakary, come and join me. we are not negotiating that, and that is a no-go area.
Okay.
We are going to a negotiation of people with dignity and respect, wherein all of us will come together and share ideas and opinions on the way forward. And then there must be a selection process for the one that will be the flag bearer, based on criteria that are set. The individuals that appears to be the choice of the people that have come together to form that coalition, then that individual should be ready to lead or to be led. You understand? But you cannot say, Bakary, you abandon whatever you have done, whatever you are doing, and come and join me. I am not entertaining anything of that nature, and that is a no-go area for me. But where we are dignified, where Gambian people are dignified, wherein we have principles, then we can all discuss on those principles and then have our correct fittings. Once we have our correct fittings, then we have the standard that will be set and the criteria that will be set for us to select who the leader of the coalition will be. So in those kind of discussion, in those kind of negotiations, I am open and I am ready for it, and to lead or to be led.
Okay. Yeah. All right, and now we'll be moving on to something which, you know, it is currently trending on social media, and it has caused quite a stir in the country right now, which yesterday during the parliament sitting, you proposed the dismissal of Attorney General and Justice Dawda A. Jallow during the debate. Correct. What was the reason for that? You know,
it has been clear. You see, the commission was set purposely to look into the assets of the former president, and that commission was the hope of the nation, that we cannot believe anybody except those that have the knowledge, those that are sincere and those that are honest. The entire hope of a nation was placed on those commissions for them to investigate on the assets of the former president and proceed to sell the assets. And then they went on. In the process, what they did was they could not properly investigate into the assets simply because they were greedy. They were horsing into those things and taking things haphazardly, and also some of them were selling assets, and they sold assets like vehicle. They sold some certain vehicle for $5,000. And
I saw the list. I couldn't believe
5,000. So some of the vehicles were sold for one of the vehicles was sold for $4,000, and there was even a vehicle that was sold for $1,000. To be honest with you, and this is some of the things that we saw is some of the tractors that were given to poor Gambian farmers. These people went and retrieved all those tractors from those people, came and sold all those tractors out, and only give it to the rich people. So now, how do you promote the economy in terms of agricultural mechanization? What could possibly be done on those kind of issues? So now, the problem with Dawda Jallow was what the minister he succeeded, that Tambedu committed serious errors in terms of Jammeh's asset and the commission, how it was implemented and how they sold those things. And he also came and followed the same footsteps of the former minister. Now, the one who is given the ministerial position, especially the Minister of Justice, is a very, very sensitive position. We expect you to be just in the first place. We expect you to practice justice. We expect you to be at that standard. That is the expectations of Gambian. That we by looking at you is a sign of hope. By looking at you is relief for the people. By even looking at you, we are seeing that you are somebody who is straightforward. Now, the recommendation that came from the committee of investigation that we set here to investigate in that commission's dealing and whatever, the commission came and said we should reprimand the Minister of Justice and the Attorney General. Then I came and said we cannot reprimand him. Already he is in position. Now what we do, you dismiss. After you dismiss, then you can charge them or set an investigation to investigate them. But immediately, as per the standard that is required of them, is for them to be dismissed because they have no public trust any longer and we have no faith in them. That's the situation. Though for me, as an individual, I am calling for immediate dismissal of Dawda Jallow, the Justice Minister. So since your proposal, the dismissal hasn't been done yet? That was yesterday. It was done. Yes, I made it yesterday. So we want the committee to go back and come up with resolutions. Now, the resolutions, the kind of resolutions that they will come up with is what the Parliament is going to forward to the executive for them to act on those things. Now, most of the people also also don't understand that we can only investigate, recommend, and also propose to the executive. Now, to carry out those government policy is the responsibility of the executive to do that. That is to fire. And if they don't fire, we can still perform the oversight on them. That is if we have the numbers. But we are only effective if we have the numbers. Now, if we have the numbers that is required, then we can enforce for the immediate dismissal and the dismissal of many other people that we have found wanting.
Okay, and regarding the gem assets, you know, when they were sold and the people demanded the list to come out for the people to see for transparency. So when the list come out, we see, just like you mentioned, some vehicles were sold 4,000, 5,000. I even saw one which was $1,500. I couldn't believe my eyes. But then, you know, many people commented that maybe those prices are not the original prices that they sold the assets, like it is presented on the list. So do you also believe that maybe that one is tampered with, or it is the original price? It is not.
It's the commission that we set to investigate.
Okay.
The committee, special committee set to investigate, and they investigate everything from the beginning to the end, and this is what they came up with. So what they came up with is what we as a parliament hold on to, and that is what we believe in. That is, some of the vehicles were sold, as you said, for 1,500, some of them 2,000, some of them 4,000, and some of them 5,000. Even the tires of my vehicle cost more than 5,000. One tire for my vehicle costs more than $5,000, honestly. And it's unbelievable that so much things have happened in this country. Regardless of we say we have bad economy, we Gambia don't have the money to increase salaries of civil servants. We have seen people that pay more than anything, but they are crooks and they are very, very evil. They are big thieves in this country, and people that are entrusted with power, most of them become big thieves of this nation. And their only interest is how to pile up wealth and ruin the rest of the people. Definitely. And it's a matter of greed. It's not that they don't have, but they are very, very greedy. So I think we should advocate for patriotism and nationalism, wherein the people will not become that much greedy. Because if everybody becomes greedy, then we cannot have the kind of nation that we want, where everybody is selfish, everybody becomes selfish. So they were looking at self, and imagine you taking a tractor, the tractor, in fact donkey cart, were even seized from people. They came and sold everything from poor Gambian individuals. They could have done so many things. If it was given to wrong people, they would have relocated according to them. They could have relocated and said, they give it to Fatu, I will take it and give it to Rohi. That we can understand. But you took it, you asked the rich individual, you with position, you who is paid better salaries, you who is entrusted by the people to do the investigation and to come up with truth, to establish the truth. You came up and you could not do anything except to seize it, sell it to your friends. At the end of the day, those people go, and those are poor farmers that have nothing. It's sad.
Definitely,
in my
it's
opinion.
really disheartening in the country here. You see, wealthy, that's why they said survival of the fittest.
Correct. Exactly.
So the rich are the only ones that support each other, and the rest is something
continue to suffer.
Exactly, that is this thing. So if you are to come to power, how will you deal with such people?
One of the most important things in my government is accountability, that people must be responsible for their actions. Because they were not insane the time they were doing that.
Definitely.
And if I am in power, these commissions you are setting to investigate, these committees that you are setting to investigate will be a thing of the past. We as a nation must be bold to speak the truth, that we must be able to tell people that this is wrong, this man is a thief, and this man is not trustworthy. We must be plain. And in my government, I am telling you deliberately that you knowing me will not benefit you, and you being my family member will not benefit you, and you being close to me will not benefit you. It is about justice, it's about the truth, it's about reality, and whoever takes a penny, I told some of the members of parliament that whoever takes a penny, some of you, even if you are in your grave, we will follow you there. To be very, very honest with you, because you are not insane the time you were doing it. So people must be responsible for whatever they are doing. You understand? Now we must understand certain things are there in governance. That is inability, for instance. We understand certain things where you are unable to perform certain things that is expected. But stealing is a no-go area in my government, and the money for the public belongs to the public, and you cannot come to me as a family member and demand anything that belongs to the public. And for me, even my family, as of now, as I'm speaking to you, they already know the kind of person that I am. I told my father and mother and everybody that is related to me that I am not going to steal any money to give it to you, because it matters. If you steal money and give it to your family, they will insult your entire lineage and all other people that are to come. So it's better we live with our dignity and our respect. Live with our. I told my father, you have ever been poor, and my mother, all of us have ever been poor. But it has not actually reduced us to nothing in the society. Society has always respect us. So it's better we maintain our dignity and our respect than to go and take money that does not belong to us. At the end of the day, you are humiliated. At the end of the day, you live in exile. At the end of the day, you are locked. So our dignity will be important to us than humiliation. And that is the kind of message that I will give to my cabinet members once I am president. That remember the promise that we gave to Gambian people. Remember what did we stand for, and what we came, the principle that we came through, and why did the Gambian people believe in us. These are old men, old women that have hope that in case we are going to wipe their tears, that at least long last, these people will stand for us. We cannot afford to betray them. And this is the kind of message that I am going to send, and this will be the sole principle that we are going to stand on, and we are not compromising anything towards those things, because the Gambia cannot suffer any longer.
I think this is what every politician should prioritize. Their people, because if you prioritize your people, then you wouldn't commit such atrocious things. And
remember, whoever is getting that money is a Gambian. And now, how dare will I come and say, I am going to take everything and give it to my family? How will other people survive? You understand? So now, whoever you give it to is as a family member as your family. You are giving it to a Gambian. When the Gambians have, when Africa has, then we all rejoice. All of us are happy. But if my entire family, if only my family are happy and the rest of other people are dying, then that is not success to me in my imagination.
And also, during the yesterday debate, you made another statement which is like very touching and concerning too. You mentioned that revenge should not be a country. The statement is here. You said a nation cannot be built on revenge.
Now, today, for instance, I need to give you categorically. You see, economic crimes are crimes that can be dealt with. But now, if you come purposely, now you have no other intention except to revenge, then that will not build the kind of nation, because your only intention is to harm. Your only intention is to loot the resources that you found there. Now, the intention of anybody wanting to go for presidency should be like, I want to correct the wrong. I want to stand up to build the nation. That should be the intention. I want to wipe the tears of the people. Now, it should not be purposely that I hate you. I hate whatever you have. That should not be the intention of any government. Now, if your intention, your only purpose is for you to revenge, then you cannot build nation based on revenge. You understand? Now, whenever you come to power, the first thing that you should do as a government is to consolidate revenue, but not to take, because he took it from me, I'm going to take it from the Gambian people. Now you are revenging not on him, but you are revenging on the Gambian. So the revenge, the intention of the revenge is not going to where it intended, but it is going to affect. Now they say now the Gambia is without an aeroplane, for instance. If those aeroplanes were properly sold, and also they buy a good aeroplane for the country, now the country benefits. Now, but because of revenge, because of the ill intention that they have on revenge, that they lose. Now, all the other prophet, there was no prophet that was not harmed by his people. But at the end of the day, he said, you are forgiven and you can go free. Nelson Mandela, why is he hailed? He said, you are free. You can go for free. You can go free. But the resources of the nation that you took, that must come back. But as per for us to kill you or lock you as other people thinks, that will not help. Because today, if you are to kill, if you said I killed, so you should be killed, then still we cannot have the kind of nation that we want. Then other people could still continue to be victims. So you cannot build any nation based on revenge. And all the great people that whoever comes on the surface of the earth, they always said, we have forgiven, we have forgiven. Go and read the story of all the prophets and all the other people. Now you see Salahuddin Ayyubi, why was he remembered? The West, they call him Saladin. He conquered empires and his brothers died in the struggle. But he said, when he conquered, and he said, all other people, you are all free and you can all worship whatever you want to worship. So greatness is only achieved through forgiveness and not through revenge.
Yeah, that's really true. Yeah. And also, I want us to talk about this thing, which, you know, it is the most talked about issue in the country right now, which is the $50 million that our president, His Excellency President Barrow, give to the NPP women. You know, many criticize that we are all Gambians, even those NPP women are Gambians. So the money should not only be purposely given to them and the others being left out. What is your take on that?
You see, it's sad. Some of the people voted for NPP. Today they are not with NPP. You understand? Now you are depriving them of that fund. Now, most of the people, every Gambian today, Adama Barrow is our president, whether we like it or not. Now, for that being the case, whatever you have, your intention should be for the Gambian women, and not to single out and say NPP women. Now you are totally dividing, and that is not good in terms of leadership, in my opinion. And I believe the entire Gambian women are suffering, and they deserve that 50 million, in my opinion, because today our father, the father of the nation, is Adama Barrow. Whether you are NPP or not NPP, whether you voted for him or not, today, if anything that is to come, at least it should be for the entire women of the country, and not to single out, also segregate and say NPP women. Now, belonging is a matter of choice. You wanting me is a choice. You supporting me is a choice. So it's not by and force that you should support me. Now, you supporting me or not supporting me should not warrant me to benefit you or not to benefit you because you are supporting me, and not to benefit you because you are not supporting me. It does not go like that, and it should not go like that. So in my opinion, Adama and NPP government should revisit their thinking and revisit this suggestion and come up with something for the entire women of this country, because NPP women are not the only women that are suffering in this country, and are not the only women that did vote for Adama Barrow in 2016 coming down to 2021. So I think he should open up, and I wonder, with all these 6 advisors that the president has, what kind of advice are they giving? So it's very, very, very sad that you can surround yourself with 6 advisors, yet you receive no good advice. It's sad, and it should not work like that. Today, he is the father of the nation, and he should be in a position to actually wipe the tears of the Gambian women at large, and not only NPP women. And these were critical questions that were posed to the Vice President. I myself raised questions to the Vice President, but see, it's so unfortunate that the situation is like this. Even said we don't like it. Yeah, so that's the situation.
Yeah, definitely it is very disheartening for a president to give money to a particular set and others are left
Definitely.
out. Yeah, that's what really hurt many people.
Correct.
Because many voted for him.
Yes.
And you know, it's crazy, definitely.
And you see, we are not speaking because we hate the Adama Barrow. We are not speaking because we hate NPP. We are telling them that the Gambian women also don't hate you. You cannot center everything on NPP women alone. That is wrong, and that's not justifiable, and that is not realistic. And most of the people that have voted for him is based on his style of governance. That's why today they are not with him. So NPP should open up to Gambian people and say this thing is for the entire women of the Gambia, the entire women of the Gambia. So I think that will be more appropriate, and that will be better, and that is what is expected of him as the father of the nation.
Yeah. Well, we are running out of time.
Thank you.
Then, the last question is, many people argue that his government is the most corrupt government. And one of Safar's interview, he said that voting for Barrow beyond 2026, the Gambia will be in disaster. So, in your opinion, will the Gambia be in safe hands beyond 2026?
May God forbid for NPP to come to power. May God forbid. May Allah eradicate them in totality. And in my opinion, is
I am not laughing.
The worst government that the Gambia have ever seen is the NPP government. For the simple reason, in 2016, the 2016-2017, the debt of the country was at 47 billion. Today, the debt of the country is at $129 billion. Now, within a period of 10 years, from 47 billion to 129 billion, this is scary to see President just not to have any, not to be able to think, to initiate, to come up with initiative to have money, but only to bend all his ideas on loan. No idea to generate fund, but only through loan. 1. 2. You see this NAMEC project that the people are celebrating. The president leaves all the commitment that he have and said, Nkata korangole yele, nkata korangole yele, nkata lampole mala. What a man that wanted the president to leave this place and just to go and say, I am going to own this thing. That is I have never seen this kind of politics since the day I was born until date. It is not based on anything. President yala hajo bebula, kala hajo bebula. Akada abukata fenna for ka esanso manager, ka esanso tinya, kata ka fon kata korangole mala. Gambians, are we watching what is happening? I cannot imagine this in my life. Something that a small child can go and do. An entire cabinet will just go kafo on kata president korangole mala. May Allah remove them in totality. There is no way that NPP government can come 2026. There is no way. We cannot. Adama must go and he must go. NPP must go and they must go. This is more than do or die.
But there are people who have confidence that inshallah he will win, even if the country form a coalition with the alliance they have. They will still win. Allahu
Akbar. There is no way that these people are going to win. In my own opinion, in my belief, that there is no way that. Look at the way our currency is depreciating. Look at the CFA today. CFA today is 660. 660 and it's going to 670. This quality coming, it will go to 675 plus. You understand? So now the pound is 98 as we speak now. The euro is 85.
Yeah.
The way our currency in 2016. The euro at the time was at 40 something dollars is euro. Now, within a period of 10 years, the dollars have depreciated more than 60 to 70%. The way the dollars is depreciating. And it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. They are alerting us that the time is soft, which is glad and appreciated. So,
I know you are nervous. But and also, please give your final words to the audience before we leave.
Thank you. The final words, I want everybody to be following Echo TV, and I want them to follow them on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and any platform that you see Echo TV. Finally, to Gambians, we have a nation to build, and this nation will not be built by Americans. This nation will not be built by Chinese. This nation will not be built by anybody. And the Chinese are not coming to here to elect Adama or any person. They are not coming to attend in our election. It's the Gambian people that have to determine who they want their leader to be. So the choice is yours. Make your correct decision come 2026. So we will all not regret. So that we can all live in peace. Long live Echo TV. I thank you so very much. Allah Baraka.
Thank you very much. I am more than happy, and I wish to have you again.
Thank you.
On our platform.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Viewers, this is how we've come to the end of the program, and today with me is Honorable Bakary Badjie, our esteemed aspirant candidate for the 2026 elections. Inshallah, we'll bring more of these episodes to you on your doorstep. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I am Rohito Toure, and also I would like to thank my camera crew, Fatumata and Maimuna Dabo. Thank you very much for your wonderful job. Assalamu alaikum ala barak.